Hello and welcome back to our RedRun challenge in Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate, where today we're taking on Laggy. For reals this time, we're actually going to kill it. But first, we're going to eat because I want to make things safer. So let's just go for as many stars as we can. We don't need the stamina because we're just going to eat we're going to eat a ration right at the start of the quest, and that's going to go ahead and just give us all the stamina that we would have gotten anyway. Sure, fresh increases the chances of getting Defender, but we don't truly need it. And we didn't get it. We did get a gourmet voucher, though. Shame they don't put those right in the item box, but yeah, I probably should, just to be safe. I don't expect we'll do too much gathering during this quest. But again, just to be safe. Also, I realized between episodes that I've been really stupid and I haven't actually taken a single charm this entire thing. They've all been sold right out of the menu, which is a shame because I could have had one more slot. And also in the last episode, I said we could use our might seeds right away. But we've only got 2 of them, and I need 2 of them in order to get to attack up medium. So we're just going to go ahead and hold off on that until we can actually farm up a few more. But for now, it's Laggy time. It'd be real nice if in 3U they changed it so that the pinging to make Cha-Cha light things up with that mask actually did a flash effect, but unfortunately it doesn't. So yeah. Mask is not so great. We've got a Laggy to take on. So we're going to take on a Laggy. Taking the shortcut because it's nice that it exists and we can. And right through here we should find our Laggy. And what did that thing ever do to you? So this one we actually have to fight underwater most of the time. Not all the time. If this was Generations, I'd be able to walk up this and then jump off it, but no. Actually, before we hop in the water, I'm going to see if I can't get a couple frogs here. Can't use them in this quest, but if we ever fight another gobble, I'm going to want them. And having them beforehand seems like a good idea. So hopefully we'll stop getting worms and start getting frogs. It'd be nice. Anytime now, game. Just frogs. They're all I ask for. I know they exist here. Worms aren't the only thing this spot can give. I just want a frog. There we go. That's 1. Give me a couple more. That's 2. It did what I asked. It did give me a couple more. And now we're back to worms. Just 4 or 5 frogs. Once I get the 4th, whether the next one's a frog or not. Well, I'll get the 4th frog and then stop as soon as I get another worm after that. assuming more frogs actually exist. There's one. So next worm is when we stop. I mean, hey, I'll take 3 frogs in a row again. 4. Do these frogs just hang out together or something? There we go. 8 frogs is good. That should last us for pretty much the entire run. I guess now we've got a date with Laggy. But Laggy must not be in here right now, considering the Epioth are just hanging out like this. So we're going to want to break Laggy's horns for sure. The back is also a decent target and more gettable underwater than on land, and the tail, of course. But the horns and tail are the most important targets. So we'll prioritize them. Horns right now are the most important target to me. Primarily because the horns are what we need to make the weapon. We need 1 or 2 horns, depending on which route we go to make the weapon. But either way, horns are necessary. Ow. So we're Thunder Blighted. That's not good for us. Increases our chances of getting stunned with any given hit. I think we'll focus on the horns and the back while it's in the water, even though the tail is a higher priority break than the back. Mainly because the back we can't reach on land, whereas the tail is super easy to reach on land. Yeah, if something's super easy to reach, then it's super easy to reach. Whereas if it's impossible to reach, it's impossible to reach. This has been tautology time. Of course, he had to scoot back right when I was about to attack. I'm glad we get to see these animations, because you don't see them in Generations. Laggy is still a fun fight in Gen, and it's still a gorgeous creature, but you don't see these animations. Like, there's a lot of stuff Laggy does that looks pretty darn neat underwater, but you just don't see any of it in Gen or Double Cross. Oh, wasn't anywhere we could go for that. Oh, hi. Thankfully, we can take hits like a champ. 50 bonus defense is seriously doing work for us. Incidentally, that attack right there, the tail sweep, is the only attack Laggy has that can cause Water Blight, and it can only cause it while Laggy still has its tail. If you sever the tail, it cannot do Water Blight anymore. Also, it only does Water Blight if you get hit by the current rather than the tail itself, and that was not a good time to use that. But I think we were still health positive for that exchange. Let's not get zapped. Let's also not be too high to actually hit the face. Doing a second? No? Oh, okay, you can go around me. That's fine. And there's the water blight. We are now soaking wet. Because that's different than normal. Like, I get how Ludroth can give you water blight underwater. It's because it's using mucus. But the way Laggy gives you water blight is it sweeps its tail at you, which causes a current, and if you get hit by the current, you get water blight. But, like, how? Does it make the water sticky when it churns it up like that? Like, how is this water sticking to me and giving me water blight? We need air. Thankfully, this game is really generous with its air. Like, we were able to go how long before needing it, and then it's right there, and we get a complete refill, and we have how long between when it starts doing the warning noise and when you actually need it. Game's super generous. Oh, hey, we knocked it over by hitting its back. That's something you can't do on land. If I'm not mistaken, it takes 3 of those to actually break the back. You need to do that 3 times, and then the 4th, you get the break. Oh, I could be wrong. And I need to remember this isn't Generations or Double Cross, and Laggy's roars don't last forever. The roar stun, that is. The roars themselves, of course, do not last forever. Ow. Oh, we leaving? We leaving. Brought some herbs. Might as well chomp on them right now rather than potions. They're easier to replace, and we've got the time to do it. Yeah, it looks like most of Laggy's hits only tag us for about an herb's worth anyway. So, incidentally, there are 2 ways to get Laggy to drop sparklies. First, you can have it eat an Epioth, which is actually fairly rare. I've only seen it like twice. Or you can use a Sonic Bomb, which unfortunately they did not give us any of. It's not a guarantee that you'll get a sparkly every time you use a Sonic Bomb, but it's pretty frequent. Also, using Sonic Bombs on Laggy will almost always enrage it as well, so you gotta look out for that. Oh, doing it twice in a row, are we? Or 3 times, I guess. That's a shorter range one, though, because its back wasn't quite so charged. Oh, are we going on land? Looks like we're going on land. So, now that we're on land, let's put our focus on the tail. Yeah, this is actually part of why it's so uncommon to see Laggy eat an Epioth, is because when it's tired, its first thing it does is usually try and go on land and just rest. So usually it won't even attempt to eat an epi off. Okay, bring your tail over here. That's fine. I'm frankly amazed I didn't take a hit there. Gotta say, a laggy on land in this game is not nearly as intimidating as a laggy on land in Generations. It's not tired now, though. Still, we don't have much to fear. There's the tail flinch. And there's the cut. And there's the horns. And there's the claws. Would have been crazy if we got the back right there. But now the only break we can really go for while we're on land is the chest. Ow. At least we finished sharpening. Thankfully, the chest is an easy break to get, just in general, because Laggy's chest is pretty weak. And you're also pretty safe hanging out at it. Like, on land or underwater, Laggy's chest is a fairly safe place to be. Because usually if you dodge with proper timing and you're at his chest, that attack does nothing to you, the little sweeping bite that he spins around with. No, let's not use a Mega Potion. That would be stupid. We take way too little damage per hit from this guy to use a Mega Potion. And somebody's going back in the water. I'll use this opportunity to grab that. And that is not a great result. It's an okay result, not a great one. Ow. Hitbox was just a little too wide for us there. So yeah, you'll note there was no current with that till... And also, I was just a little smidge too close for that Sonic, or that Flash Bomb, rather. So we need to bust this thing's back, and unfortunately we're the only target right now, which means we're not going to get many clean shots at it. Considering Laggy tends to like to face its targets. I should probably work on my health. I don't think we're in any real danger as we are now. But if we take one hit and then get stunned before we can heal, then we would be in danger. So, I have one problem with the animations Laggy has underwater, and it's the claw swipe turn animation. Because you'll note that it swipes with the claw that's in the direction it's turning. Whereas if you're swimming and try and swipe with one of your hands like that, it will propel you in the opposite direction. So if you swipe with your left hand, you'll end up turning right. But Laggy swipes with his right hand and turns right. And sure, he's got his tail and whatnot, but I don't feel like it's entirely justified. Oh, okay. Got my shield out for nothing. Unfortunately, that roar came from behind, so I didn't get to block it, but blocking it wasn't really necessary anyway. Ow. Unfortunately, there was no direction I could have dodged out of that combo to get clear of that. Ow. We need to try and fight this thing a little lower in the water. As nice as it is having air right there, and while I really should have gotten some, having Laggy be deeper in the water gets us more easy access to his back. Looks like Laggy's leaving. So, time for us to chew on some more herbs. I like how the Epioth just freak out when Laggy's near them. And we'll take a breath on our way in so that we don't have to worry too much about our air. Oh. Well, didn't stay eating it for long, and unfortunately doesn't seem to have dropped a sparkly. Because unfortunately, it's not guaranteed. They really went a lot more liberal with the sparklies in later Monster Hunter games. There aren't nearly as many guaranteed sparkly drops in 3U as there are in 4 and later. Oh, there's another back flinch. Yeah, you go ahead and do that while I sharpen. Really is a shame we didn't get a sparkly, though. I need as many Laggy parts as I can get if I'm going to make the weapon and have it be usable. Of course, there's no way... Oh, someone's swimping. That is both good and bad. Good, because it means it's almost dead, but bad, because we're still missing 2 breaks. And unfortunately, we are not fast enough in the water to keep up with it. which means we were not able to get any good hits. Well, I guess we got some right there. I'm going to go ahead and hang out here for a while, because we do want it to get to sleep. We can hit its back while it sleeps. And if we don't, then we're basically guaranteed to not get the break. Because, yeah, pretty much our only options for getting that break right now are if it breaks when we hit it while it's asleep, then great. Otherwise, we need to wait for it to come back out here. Otherwise, we're not getting the break. So it should be asleep by now. Hopefully there will be no small monsters in there to wake it up. Well, there's Banahabras, but hopefully they'll behave. Okay, no back break. There's the chest, though. There is 0 chance that we'll be able to hit the back enough times to break it while we're in here. So let's just poop this thing. I know it's our only dung bomb, but we want that thing to get back out into the water where we can actually go for its back. I mean, it's pretty clear that we hit with the dung bomb. Though it's just as clear that it's not doing much. Now it is. So I'll keep mining while I wait for this thing to actually leave. And this way, if it swimps back in here, we'll also get another chance to hit its back while it sleeps. But hopefully it won't come to that. Hopefully we break its back before it can get to sleep again. Also before it dies. That's another important thing. And there's the swimp. That's not good for us. Oh, good. It was just swimping to get somewhere, not to leave. It's not helping my cause when I miss its back. Laggy, can you, like, not hang out so close to the exit? I want you to actually be somewhere I can do something. Cha-Cha, you get the hell over here, too. We want him to stay away from the exit so that we can actually do that. There we go. That's full brakes. And let's see if we can't kill this Laggy underwater, because an underwater Laggy corpse is not something we get to see often these days. In the days of Laggies who don't swim during gameplay. Ow. Interesting that we bounce off its claws, but not its back or anything. Hopefully this thing dies soon before it can leave again. Nope. Looks like our chances of killing it underwater are dwindling rapidly. I meant to wait for it to get to sleep, but honestly, this is fine. We don't need to hit it while it sleeps. How did I not get hit there? Ow. Okay, I need health, or else I'm going to die here. And dying here is not something I can stand. Considering dying is the end of the run, and I don't want that to be here, especially not from a monster that's already limping. But seriously, in low rank, in a game where they give us plus 50 defense just for playing in English, yeah, no thanks. I'll just as soon not die, thank you very much. Or apparently I'll just get hit by a bunch of stuff that could have been easily avoided by not trying to attack this thing while it was in the corner like that. I mean, they're all equally acceptable options. Oh. We still had enough health left on it to go back down to yellow before killing it after having sharpened after it started limping. Give me more interesting stuff than scales, please. Like, please. Okay, that's one. I need a horn in the rewards. Need. Absolutely need. And of course, now the desire sensor is going to be like, oh, I heard that. And not give it to me. Yeah, basically, if I don't get a horn from the break rewards, or from any of the rewards, I'm going to kind of cry a little bit. So if I get 2 horns, then I'll celebrate. Dang, it's a claw. Good, we got one. And we will have more laggies to fight, so it's not like we can't get more horns. Oh no, another earthquake. And it's bigger than ever. It's almost as though it wasn't the laggy's fault. No, I definitely killed it. Yeah, it's C-Deus's fault. Okay. So now more stuff will be fresh more often, I think. Yeah, it's a different monster causing it. Hooray! Volcano's got good ores and stuff. Yeah, basically. So what kind of stuff can we do? Wow, there's not many quests available right now. So I am going to have to do that one. Which is fine, because I want to do that one too. Though, the fact that the Laggy had 2 breaks happen after it started limping in this particular quest that we just did does not bode well for us being able to get all the breaks in a capture quest, because I don't necessarily want to risk the quest just to get breaks. Yeah, it's almost as if it wasn't. And what do you want to say? Oh, hey. What kind of weapons, though? Neat. But expensive. And nothing interesting armor-wise. So, why do these things keep flashing new? Is it just because I haven't made one? So yeah, we would need another webbing and another laggy claw to make it this way. But we need another horn to make it this way. And yeah, we can't really get that king's frill, so need baggy stuff. And we still need giggy hides. And I don't feel like doing 2 laggies in a row. Like, I mean, I do. Personally. But like, I don't think it makes the most interesting viewing if I just fight 2 laggies in a row. So I think what I'm going to do is next time I'll probably go to Tanzia. Do one of the key quests or maybe a canteen quest there. Because that way, yeah, we get stuff that's good. Having better foodstuffs does sound nice. But then again, the canteen quest that gets us the better foodstuffs that we more care about is quite liable to just be fishing. I mean, we do have the stuff we need to get all the golden fish that we need for that quest. But it's not the most exciting thing to watch. Need to get my hands on some supersized dung. Unfortunately, it's hard to get when you're on a run like this, because I need to go in the Moga Woods when the herbivores breeding is going on. And then I need to luck out and actually get the supersized dung by killing a giant Apton moth. Alright. Veggie level up is just fine. Helps us get elemental defenses. Here's an idea. Next time I'll do both canteen quests available in HR1. So join us then for that. See you then, friends.